Welcome to the channel. Today we will delve into a story that has recently stirred public attention. Cesar Millan, the man known as the legendary dog trainer, has been sentenced to life in prison. Is this the outcome of an unexpected investigation or a shocking incident involving someone we once trusted with training wild dogs? In today's video, we'll explore the details of what transpired and why Cesar Millan is facing such a severe prison sentence. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you stay up to date with the latest news. Cesar Millan, widely known as the Dog Whisperer, broke down in court after being sentenced to life in prison. This highly controversial trial has not only ignited public outrage, but has also raised serious questions about the fairness of the legal system. The man who once helped countless dogs deemed untrainable and repaired families torn apart by their pets' behavior is now faced with the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars, far from the animals he has spent his career helping. For more than 20 years, Millan has opened the doors to thousands of homes across the United States, offering hope to dog owners struggling to manage their pets. He has always believed that with patience, understanding, and the right methods, even the most challenging dogs can be rehabilitated. His calm demeanor, reassuring smile, and strong belief in second chances have made him a trusted figure among millions of dog lovers. Jennifer Anderson, 56, a loyal fan of Millan, attended every session of his trial to show her support. She shared that her mother, who suffers from Alzheimer's and often forgets everything, would always recognize Millan's soothing voice whenever his show aired. Watching him work with dogs not only brought her mother a sense of peace, but also provided rare moments of clarity amidst the confusion of the illness. Anderson tearfully expressed the deep hurt she felt seeing Millan treated in this way, especially after all the good he had done. The case began nearly a year ago when federal agencies launched an investigation into Millan's training facilities after receiving anonymous tips about his methods. Initially, the probe was focused on administrative concerns, but it grew broader when authorities uncovered financial misconduct in his international operations. Prosecutors accused him of being involved in a complex scheme that included the illegal importation of wild animals, tax evasion, and the misappropriation of charity funds. However, the most serious charge, which led to a life sentence, was that his dog psychology center was responsible for the deaths of several dogs due to severe injuries. Prosecutors described his training methods as cruel and dangerous. Despite the allegations, Millan stood firm, arguing that the animals had serious health issues and that most were already slated for euthanasia before he took them in. If you find this story fascinating and want to stay updated on the latest developments, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever a new video is released. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your opinions in the comments section below. Your perspectives are always welcome. Dr. Maria Rodriguez, a veterinarian working with Millan's organization, provided evidence that these dogs had endured horrific abuse, starvation, and had been part of dog fighting rings. Many of them had suffered severe injuries and had gone without treatment for years. Millan was fully aware of the risks involved in taking them in, but he couldn't turn his back on them, knowing that without his help, they would be abandoned and have no chance of survival. One of the most emotional testimonies at the trial came from Sarah Thompson, 58, an elementary school teacher from Colorado, as she shared how Millan saved her family's dog, Bear. Bear had been Emma's emotional support dog after her husband tragically passed away in a car accident. However, as Bear grew older, he became increasingly aggressive, attacking strangers and other dogs. The family tried everything, from professional training to tranquilizer medication, but nothing seemed to help. After Bear attacked a delivery person, the Animal Control Agency issued an ultimatum: improve Bear's behavior or the dog would be euthanized. Emma Thompson, already devastated by the loss of her husband, couldn't bear the thought of losing Bear as well. In desperation, she sent a letter to Millan's show, never expecting a response. To her surprise, a miracle happened. Millan agreed to help and came to their home on a chilly fall morning. But what happened next was a moment that would never be shown on television. Yet it completely changed everything. Millan worked with Bear for about an hour, and then the atmosphere suddenly grew eerily quiet. Thompson recalled that Millan noticed signs of carbon monoxide poisoning in the house when people started experiencing headaches, and Bear became unusually aggressive. With his calm and professional demeanor, Millan suggested opening the windows for ventilation, but then discreetly pulled Thompson aside to explain that Bear's aggression might be linked to the toxic gas. While maintaining the appearance of a normal training session, Millan directed a team member to call emergency services. Within 20 minutes, firefighters arrived and discovered that the family's heating system was leaking a life-threatening amount of carbon monoxide. The sheriff later confirmed that the family might not have survived the night had Millan not stepped in. Thompson emotionally shared that Millan wasn't seeking recognition or attention. He simply acted quietly and effectively to protect her family. After the toxic gas was removed, Bear's aggression diminished significantly. Under Millan's guidance, Bear was trained to become a therapy dog, helping children with mental health challenges. "He didn't just save our dog, he saved my family," Thompson said, her voice filled with gratitude. The most powerful moment in court came from Gloria Sanchez, who shared how Millan changed her son David's life. As a child, David had been attacked by a dog, which resulted in a severe fear of animals that led to social isolation and depression. One night, while watching Millan's show, David expressed a desire to understand dogs. The family reached out to Millan's center, not expecting any response, but Millan surprised them by inviting them to his farm. He spent a week working with David, helping him overcome his fear. Millan told David, "Fear is not respect, and respect is not fear. Once you understand that, you will no longer be afraid." Today, David works as a veterinary technician and helps children with PTSD through animal therapy. Gloria Sanchez explained that Millan never asked for a penny. Just witnessing her son overcome his fear was more than enough for him. Angela Martinez, a single mother, also shared how Millan helped her son, Miguel. After being abandoned by his father, Miguel fell into a spiral of anger, befriended the wrong crowd, and became increasingly hostile towards the world. The family dog, Rex, began mimicking Miguel's aggression, even threatening the neighbors. Desperate for help, Martinez reached out to Millan. Not only did Millan work with Rex, but he also made a profound impact on Miguel with his patience and understanding. Millan taught Miguel about responsibility, compassion, and how to manage his emotions. Since then, both Miguel and Rex have undergone remarkable transformations. Miguel returned to school, and Rex became the loyal, well-behaved family dog. These stories highlight that Millan is not just an expert in dog training, but someone who has profoundly impacted the lives of many families in unexpected ways. One such example is when Animal Control gave Millan an ultimatum to improve Rex's behavior, or the dog would be euthanized. In desperation, Miguel learned that Cesar Millan was hosting a weekend seminar in their city. Although he couldn't afford a ticket, he stood outside the venue for hours, hoping to meet his hero. As Millan was leaving, he spotted Miguel and asked why he wasn't inside. After Miguel explained the situation with Rex, Millan did something extraordinary. Not only did he invite Miguel in to attend the seminar for free, but he also offered to come to their home on Sunday afternoon to help. That day marked a turning point for Miguel and his family. Millan spent hours not only working with Rex, but also having meaningful conversations with Miguel about discipline, responsibility, and the power of positive energy. Miguel's father, Martinez, watched in awe as his son, who had previously been withdrawn and angry, listened intently for the first time. The most significant moment came when Millan pointed out that Rex's behavior was a reflection of Miguel's emotions. "My dog reflects my energy," Millan explained. "When I'm angry at the world, he feels the need to protect me. When I'm calm, he relaxes." With the new techniques Millan shared, Rex's behavior improved dramatically, and Martinez witnessed a similar transformation in Miguel, who began to embrace a more peaceful and balanced mindset. Miguel began waking up early to exercise, incorporating the healthy habits Millan had taught him into his daily routine. He returned to school, improved his grades, and gradually distanced himself from negative influences. Impressed by Miguel's dedication, Millan offered him a summer job at his dog psychology center after he graduated high school. This opportunity opened up a new path for Miguel. 10 years later, he runs a rehabilitation program for abandoned dogs and helps children who have faced similar hardships. His work has had a transformative impact on the lives of many families in the community. Martinez affirms that Cesar Millan's influence goes far beyond dog training. It has helped people, like his son, find new direction and purpose in their lives. In February 2019, during a severe snowstorm, Winters was watching Cesar Millan's show when the power suddenly went out. As night fell and the temperature dropped to dangerously low levels, she realized that her generator wasn't working due to the heavy snowfall. When she went outside to assess the situation, she discovered a car had slid off the road on the long, remote path leading to her house. What Winters didn't expect to find was that the car belonged to Cesar Millan, who had accidentally taken the wrong route while in the area for a lecture. After helping Winters back to her house amid the snowstorm, Millan quickly realized she was showing signs of hypothermia. With no electricity, no communication, and the temperature continuing to drop, he immediately took charge, relying on his childhood survival experience. Millan made a crucial decision: to get Winters and the dogs into the shed to build a fire. Winters describes the following hours as a survival lesson. Millan gathered materials, constructed a shelter out of straw, and worked tirelessly to keep the fire burning throughout the night. Despite the harsh conditions, he arranged for the dogs to lie close to Winters to help keep her warm, and kept talking to her to maintain her alertness. He told me about his childhood in Mexico, about crossing the border with nothing, about his dreams and failures, Winters recalls. "I think he purposely kept me awake because he knew that falling asleep while hypothermic could be very dangerous." As dawn broke, Millan ventured outside into the freezing conditions. After nearly 2 hours of walking, he found a spot with cell service and called for help. When medical personnel arrived, they immediately recognized the severity of Winters' condition. They told her that without the warmth from the dogs and the small fire, she wouldn't have survived the night. "Younger and healthier people than me have died in less harsh conditions," she recalls. What's truly noteworthy is that Millan never publicly spoke about the incident. It only became known when Winters' daughter happened to recognize him on TV and reached out to his legal team. When asked about the event, Millan recalled just one detail. She was the woman with 3 beautiful dogs. This speaks volumes about his perspective on life. He didn't view what he did as extraordinary or deserving of praise. He simply did what was necessary to save a stranger and her dogs. Despite dozens of emotional testimonies about Millan's kindness and dedication, the final verdict in court was not in his favor. When the judge read the sentence, the atmosphere in the courtroom was filled with shock. Millan, who had remained composed throughout the trial, finally broke down during his closing statement. Tearfully, he said, "I just wanted to help. I wanted to save the dogs that others had abandoned. I wanted to teach people that with patience and the right guidance, any relationship can be healed." Before he was led away, Millan sent a message to his supporters. Take care of the dogs, feed them so they don't have to work for it, treat them right so they can live a happy life. Never give up on your principles. Calmness, determination, and balance are always the key, not just with dogs, but with life itself. In the courtroom, many were moved to tears, including some members of the jury. Outside the courthouse, hundreds of supporters and their dogs gathered, holding signs that read, "Who will help the desperate dogs now?" and "Cesar saved my family." For many, he was not just an exceptional dog trainer, but also an inspiration for patience, perseverance, and unconditional love. His impact extended far beyond the animals he helped. He had touched the lives of countless families and individuals, teaching them the power of empathy and the importance of understanding. Patricia Williams, 67, a grandmother of 5, shared that it was Cesar Millan who helped transform her overactive rescue dog into a calm and loving companion. "He taught me how to set boundaries with love, stay calm in crisis situations, and understand how our energy affects those around us. I've even applied these principles with my grandchildren, and it's made me a better grandmother," Williams explained. She is one of thousands who sent letters of support to Cesar during his imprisonment and contributed to his legal fund to help with his appeal. "He gave so many people hope when they were about to give up on their dogs. We're not giving up on him now," said Elizabeth Morgan, 59. She traveled from Seattle to attend the trial with her service dog, a German Shepherd who had once been aggressive but had been retrained through Cesar's methods, helping her stay calm throughout the emotional trial. "Before meeting Cesar, I could hardly leave the house because of PTSD," Morgan recalled, gently stroking her dog's head. "He was scheduled to be euthanized because of his aggressive behavior, but a trainer used Cesar's methods to give him one last chance. Now he helps me recognize panic attacks early, supports me when I go out, and has helped me regain my life." Thousands of dogs like Max and their owners like Morgan have found a second chance thanks to Cesar Millan's work. His methods have not only transformed the lives of countless dogs, but also provided healing and hope to individuals facing emotional and psychological challenges, showing the profound bond between people and their animals. Despite the harsh sentence, Millan's legal team remains optimistic about the appeal process. They highlighted several procedural errors during the trial and argued that they have a strong case to challenge both the verdict and its severity. A life sentence for nonviolent crimes related to his training methods is unprecedented and entirely disproportionate, lead attorney Rebecca Martinez said. "We strongly believe in his innocence, especially regarding the most serious charges, and we are confident that the appellate court will address the important legal issues in this case. The team is determined to fight for Millan's justice, believing that the appeal could potentially overturn the verdict or lead to a reduced sentence." In a heartfelt letter shared by his family, Cesar expressed his gratitude to those who have supported him and reaffirmed his lifelong commitment to his mission. "My body may be confined, but my spirit remains fully dedicated to creating balance and harmony between humans and dogs. Every day I receive hundreds of letters about lives that have been changed and dogs that have been saved thanks to the principles I am fortunate to share. These stories continue to inspire me to pursue my mission of restoration and providing second chances. Our work is not just about training dogs, but about expanding hearts, minds, and homes to welcome creatures who need us. This work must continue, whether I am here or not, because there are millions of dogs out there. His words echo his unwavering dedication to his cause and his deep belief in the power of empathy, patience, and understanding in fostering relationships between humans and animals. Those whose lives have been transformed by Cesar Millan's compassionate methods are committed to continuing the values he taught and fighting for justice. If you have been touched by his work, now is the time to stand up and speak out. Visit Stand with Cara on social media with the hashtag #StandWithCesar. Together, we can show the world the immense impact of his work and hope to bring him back to his true calling, helping dogs in need and the families who love them. By rallying behind him, we can ensure that Cesar's legacy of healing and transformation continues to make a difference for both humans and animals alike. Thank you all for taking the time to watch today's video. Each story brings valuable lessons and helps us view life from a different perspective. While there may still be many unknowns, the truth always has a way of coming to light. Stay with us to stay updated on more fascinating and surprising information. Don't forget to share this video if you found it helpful, and make sure you don't miss any future stories. See you in the next video.